these are some quick examples of the hero content that I have uh, put in the picture. So I'll just quickly play this video. Were you able to view the to listen to the video, guys? Okay, so I'll just give you a broad context of what this video was about. Basically, this video is when Asian Paints introduced itself as the color expert, right? So Asian Paints has been in the color industry since a very long time, and they came up with this campaign where they wanted to offer, the expertise of a color expert to the young couples. Okay, and for that they came up with this campaign where couples and kind of married people can actually give a call and get the experts advice in terms of what is the best color that can be painted in their house. Apart from that, Asian Paints itself also helps them in doing that. So apart from giving advice, they also gives the service of coloring the house, right? So that was a hero campaign which Asian Paints did, and in order to help consumers understand the color and decor better, and also to position themselves as an expert. So like I mentioned, whenever the objective is about positioning a bigger brand initiative, where the brand wants to not just push on sales, but either reach out to a larger set of audience or reposition itself, that's when they go ahead and go do a hero campaign, right? Likewise, OnePlus introduced a hero video during the launch of OnePlus 3. I'll just play this video quickly. Okay, this video is not being played, but nevertheless, I'll give you a broad context of what this video was. It was about this phone being charged within 30 minutes. I think it had a USP of having a dash charger where the phone gets charged within 30 minutes. And again, it was more of a hero campaign. They launched it across all the digital platforms. The YouTube header, the master header, if you see, if you log into YouTube, it was taken up. It was the most impactful spot, and it was taken up by one to amplify this. So hero campaigns are when there's a big product launch happening, or either the brand wants to position itself in a certain way. That's when hero campaigns work really well, right? Did hero campaign make more impact than normal ads? Yes, Kashish, hero campaigns do make very much impact than the normal ads. All the hero campaigns, whenever, especially when you see cricket during IPL, the ads that are being run, you can consider them as hero campaigns, because brands take the effort to ensure that hero campaigns reach out to as many people as possible. So hence the impact it makes is far more higher than your regular ads. Okay. Then we move on to the next slide, which is your hub content. Okay. Now I want to, like I compared hub content to Akshay Kumar, right? Now the reason why I've compared hub content to Akshay Kumar is because Akshay Kumar, if you see, he has a series of movies lined up in a year. He's not like an Amir Khan or a Shah Rukh Khan who releases one film in 2 years, correct? So same is the scene with hub content. Hub content usually is content that you want to push to the end user, and it need not be as impactful as your hero content. Okay, that's the key most differentiation factor between hub content and hero content. Now, how can you kind of define hub content? In simple words, hub content can be anything in the form of a video or a series, or some sort of educational content that you want to share with your users, right? So if you want to kind of build a stronger relationship between a brand and audience, that's when you make use of hub content, right? So after, say for example, you've released a hero content, to create a major impact. After the users have been exposed, it's very important that you nurture these users. Okay, when they've come inside your marketing tools. That okay, for example, I have come up with a hero campaign. Kashish, Pankaj, Varshini, they've seen my ads. Okay, they've seen my hero ad on TV, and they've become aware about it. Now I can't leave them at that. I'll have to kind of push them to see my hub content so that they show some interest in my brand, so whenever they feel like buying my brand, uh, it will be there in their mind, or it will be one of the recall values in your mind. So that's what hub content does to you. Okay, so what are some two objectives of hub content? Reinforcing consistent brand messaging. So, for example, if you see any brand, if you pick up any brand like Dettol, or for example, McDonald's, right? The tagline for McDonald's is "I'm loving it." Now, the reason why I remember it is because the brand keeps reinforcing this brand message whenever I am exposed, to McDonald's. So, say it when I go out in the mall, they have these banners, okay, which talks about it on social media. If I'm following their page, they're talking about small ads which talks about what to say, I'm loving it. So that's the hub content. So hub content is basically to ensure that your users don't forget you. You are there in their mind. You are there in their mindset. Hub content also, one of the key objective is that plays a greater role in communicating the USP of the brand to the user, right? They are made to ensure this consistent engagement and interaction on the page. So if you are running a YouTube channel, when you let's say create a hero campaign, after a hero campaign, you need to create some hub content so that there is some sort of interaction and engagement on the page. Okay. In terms of frequency, if you say hero content needs to be released up to 4 times a year max. Uh, in the case of hub content, at least once a quarter you need to come up with a hub content. So at least once in every 3 months you need to come up with a hub content, so that your users are continuously exposed to some sort of content from your end. So you can't just do one television commercial or one big digital video and just forget your users. You need to also engage with them, and that's where hub content plays a very important role. In terms of budget, if you are spending X amount on hero content, your hub content comes at a relatively cheaper price. Okay, you don't have to spend a lot of money on your hub content. So, for example, if I give you an example of McDonald's, if it comes with a hero content where it's talking about the different burgers that is launched, a hub content for McDonald's can be a small campaign around Valentine's Day, where McDonald's can talk about how Valentine's Day can be a perfect get together date spot for couples. Like, I'm just giving you an example, but that's what a hub content is. You need to come up with small micro campaigns once in every 3 months so that your customers don't forget about you, right? Uh, Hub content means making content continuously. Yes, Kashish, it means making content continuously, but smaller campaigns. Like, for example, once in every 3 months, you can come up with a small campaign. It need not be very large campaign where you're putting up a lot of money. It can be a small campaign, maybe on, if let's say you're managing social media, it can be a small campaign on Facebook and Instagram, and you can pick up any occasion, say for example a Valentine's Day or maybe a Women's Day, and you can come up with a campaign, right? Hero content on the other end can be looking at a major festival. Like, for example, Diwali is a major festival in India, right? So if you are working on a hero content for Diwali, hub content can be worked for smaller festivals and smaller occasions. Okay, so that's the difference between hub and hero. So some questions that you need to ask is, what is important to your audience? So when creating hub content, you need to understand what do they care about, what motivates them, right? So for example, McDonald's, if it's a brand, if I want to create a hub campaign, a small micro campaign for McDonald's, and let's say I'm targeting mothers, right? So Mother's Day can be a good what to say, a good occasion for me to create a hub campaign, because we can understand, let's say for mothers, the kids are the best motivation to keep them going. So the campaign can help me to reach out to the right set of target audience, and the content can be made in a very interesting style so that your audience is engaged, right? So I'll be giving you some examples of how brands have kind of made hub content and have continuously engaged with users. Now, what hub content does it's more long, and the kind of shareability factor is far more higher. Okay, you'll get a hold of this in a later slide when I give you an example. But hero campaign is like, एक बार आ गया साल में लोग भूल जाते हैं. But longevity and shareability के standpoint से hub content works well because these are your evergreen content pieces, which whenever you want, you can make use of them, right? So like content like your testimonials, your blogs, right? These are very educational content. So these fall under the hub content pieces where you can use it whenever you want. Like customer testimonial, a customer feedback campaign, if I'm running, it will come in my hub content piece because I can use it whenever I want, right? It's an evergreen content piece. But a product launch video, it has a very small shelf life, right? I can't run a product launch video this year if it was for the last year's product launch, right? So for hub content, I would say the life of hub content is far more better than the hero campaign. And normally, what the brands do it while creating hub content, they collaborate with artists. They do a lot of collaborations. They do a lot of comparison videos with other brands to reinforce the USP. So OnePlus, what as a part of the hub content, what OnePlus does it arranges a lot of these events. Okay, it calls a lot of fans, and then the fans now they get first hand experience of OnePlus, and then those videos are put up on YouTube. Now this is a way of OnePlus to interact with its fans, right? It's arranging for an event, organizing what to say, an offline event, and then putting it up on YouTube. So, so firstly, it is a good way of interacting with your end customers. And second is that by giving a first-hand experience of the product, you are also kind of nurturing the customer, right? You're taking care of the customer by showing them how the product looks like. So if they want to buy the product in future, they will definitely think of OnePlus, right?